welcome to Hindustan Times Shine HR Conclave. Today we have Mr. Vinay Razdan with us, who is the Chief Human Resource Officer of Idea Cellular. Hello sir, thank you for joining us. So my first question to you is that does your organization take steps to ensure that diversity awareness percolates down to the level of the employee, and in what ways?
So, I represent Aditya Birla Group, and we have a very serious position on diversity and inclusion because that is also equally important. And being a 40 billion global enterprise with 140,000 employees spread about over 40 countries, diversity is very intrinsic in the nature of the workforce that we have. So our challenge really is twofold. One is that we are focusing very heavily on gender diversity. That is one part. Second is on cross-cultural, because that is the nature of our workforce. And we want to make sure that people are comfortable with working with each other across regions, across countries, across continents, and are able to further the cause of the business. So for us, it's something very important, and we push it on a fairly comprehensive way across the length and breadth of the organization.
Right. So my next question goes related to the same, that what is your approach to enhancing your own functions, that is the HR role, in understanding of the different aspects of diversity?
Let me give you the example of the business I represent, that is Idea Cellular. Now this is a pan-India company, right? So therefore we are present in every nook and corner of the country, and we have workforce which is local. So therefore race, color, caste is taken care of. So that's not a problem that we have. And in line with the group focus area, we are looking very heavily on the genders part, which is a single point agenda that we are, being a domestic business, that is what applies to us, and that is what we are trying to further.
How does your own identity impact your work with a diverse workforce? You know, how do you think that
I think that it's a tremendous opportunity for learning, because if you are all, I mean, so to say, if you just interact with clones of yourself, then where is the learning? So a lot of learning and enrichment comes from meeting and talking to people and working with people who are different than you.
Right.
So to that extent, how do we push it in the organization? We have a very stated and very well respected policy of furthering careers of people along different locations, different roles, and change in portfolios every 3 to 4 years. So what tends to happen is that you may be leading a team in Karnataka 1 year, and a couple of years later you could be in West Bengal, or you could be in Guwahati, and then you could get transferred to Delhi. So differences in what brings enrichment and richness of learning, and that is we try to leverage that a lot.
Perfect. My next question is, how have you handled the situations where a colleague was not expecting or or is not able to accept another diversified colleagues into the system?
See, two things we do. One is that we run extensive trainings, and we have, what we try to do, that is do a lot of psychometric profiling of people, which basically brings out that everyone is wired differently. So once people understand that, then you find that in their interactions and work, there's far more smooth interaction. Second is, obviously, then people will have issues when they work, and there are often lines which get crossed. There are interfunctional issues, there are inter-team issues, which naturally when they come up, the best thing is to get focused onto, you have to really delve into it. There could be multiple reasons why something comes up. But the best thing is that if you get the team focused onto what they want to achieve, I think the taste of success makes everyone forget the rest.
Right. So my final question to you. Has the issue of LGBT cropped up your organization, and what is your stance on that?
It hasn't cropped up in the organization, and I think given the Supreme Court directive, it may not be appropriate to talk about it also.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining.